What's up guys, Rage Quitting here, and in today's video I'm going to talk about why I think Guild Wars 2 is probably the best PvP MMO ever. Let's go. Alright guys, the very first reason why Guild Wars 2 is such a good MMO for PvP is because of the early PvP access. You can start a character at level 1, and as soon as you get done playing through the intro tutorial for the game, you can immediately jump into the PvP lobby and unlock everything that you need to start playing PvP. There is no gear grind, there is no level grind required. You can just make a new character and jump straight into it. If you figure out that you don't like that character, well, it's still a level 1 character. Delete it or make another character and do it again and until you can find something that you really like to play. So the early PvP access is a really big one for me, and that's why it is number 1 on this list. Alright everybody, number 2 reason why Guild Wars 2 PvP is awesome is because you can get gear, character level, gold, crafting materials, and a whole bunch of other goodies through PvP alone. There are reward tracks that you can choose from. So as you are completing PvP, you will earn loot boxes, which will have, all of those materials and items in it, plus, a handful of extra items that you can get from PvP alone. And on the screen here, you can see that I'm using Tomes of Knowledge. That is another item that you can get through PvP, which will, on use, give you 1 level to your character. So that is reason number 2. Alright guys, the next thing I really like about Guild Wars 2 PvP is the combat customization that you can choose for your character. So for example, I'm on my thief right now. There's multiple different ways to build them. You can choose between different traits and specializations here, and you can choose all your different utility skills, and you have a pretty large variety of them, even in the free-to-play version of the game, which will have you play the core builds only without elite specializations. But either way, those core builds are still really strong, and every single class has a strong core build to play with. Also, in the equipment here, what happens in Guild Wars 2, your weapon sets can be changed. So in Guild Wars 2, you can change your weapons in combat. So for example, I have a short bow equipped right now, which I use for mobility and some ranged damage. So the short bow 5 skill has this little teleport here, which I really like. So I usually always keep this as a weapon set for mobility around the PvP map. But also while you're in combat, you can switch weapons, which will then switch your skills on your bar here. So right now I'm using double daggers, so I can use these dagger skills, right? And then also, if I wanted to though, switch my playstyle, I could, outside of the PvP match, switch my daggers to maybe a staff build, and now I'm playing staff short bow, right? So now my abilities change and my playstyle changes depending on what weapon set that I want to choose from, okay? So all the characters in this game have a variety of weapons that they can choose from, and that will drastically change the style of the gameplay. Also, in the PvP lobby here, you can choose your stats and your 6-set bonuses that you want on your gear. So gear doesn't matter. Your actual equipped gear, is what doesn't matter, because you can choose here. So right now I'm using Marauder Amulet, which has power, precision, vitality, and ferocity. But if I wanted a little bit less health and a little bit more crit and crit damage, I could choose the Berserker Amulet here, right? So you have all these things to choose from. And then also your runes is your 6-set bonus. And look at the variety of things that you can choose from as far as that goes. Another thing that you have a variety to choose from is the sigils, which are little extra buffs that you can put on your weapon sets. So on the staff here, I have Sigil of Opportunity and Sigil of Exploitation, but I can also, choose from a variety of things over here on the list, okay? Everything is unlocked for you, and you can build and play your character however you want to play it. Of course, there are meta builds that you can look up and try to emulate, but then also you can have fun trying to build your own playstyle, which is really unique and really cool in Guild Wars 2. All right, guys. Number four reason why I like Guild Wars PvP is because there is an emphasis on PvP, and they have a bunch of practice tools and ways that you can learn how to play your class and how to play the game. So, for example, in the PvP lobby area here, target dummies that you can practice on. So right now I'm practicing on the large golem there. Just to practice your skills, learn what your weapon sets do and how to play your class. But then there's also NPC dummies that you can fight. So the NPC dummies in the PvP lobby can actually kill you if you're not careful. So there is a level of difficulty to them. For the most part, for people who have been playing the game a while, they're pretty easy to kill and fight. But that's just because we know how they play and what to do. It's an NPC, but don't be surprised if these NPCs kill you once or twice while you're trying to learn how to play. But then also in this game, there are practice maps that you can find through the game browser, and you can go in there and learn all the different maps. Just jump into one, look at the map, and figure out how you rotate around the map or what the structure of the map looks like, and jump in and out of all these different game modes. Another really valuable thing that there is in this game is inside of these game modes, you can find other players to duel. In this game, people really love to duel each other and learn how to get better. And for the most part, the community is really nice as well. So if you're a new player or a returning player, you can jump into these maps and politely ask people to duel you. And you will always be able to find someone that is willing to duel you or at least teach you a little bit and how to improve your gameplay. Another thing I really like about this game is the voted map selection and map filtering that you can choose from. So for my unranked match preference, I really like to play the conquest maps. So if you can see closer to the top right area of the box here, you can see that I have conquest checked off. So those are the only types of matches that I will be queuing into. But also once the match actually gets accepted, or once you find a queue to join, the pop-up will randomly select three different maps of said preference, and all the players that are queued up at the same time can vote between these maps. So whichever ones that people want to play the most, you can vote for the one that you want to play, and then the little RNG wheel will spin around and then get the map chosen to play on. And of course this comes with experience. You know which maps you like to play and which ones you don't, but in this case Skyhammer was chosen, and that's the one that we will play. All right, guys, number six reason why I really like Guild Wars 2 PvP is because it is absolutely free to play. All right, the specializations that you can choose from in the free to play model are a little bit more limited than if you were to buy the expansion, and the expansion is a $30 purchase. I recently bought the expansion a few days ago, but it is not a subscription-based game. It is a one-time payment. So because I bought the expansion, I can play, the elite specializations, which include the newest one here called Bladesworn, and it changes your playstyle completely. But if you didn't want to, pay the $30 to play, all the different specs, you can play for free and play the core builds. And the core builds, like I said earlier, are still really strong, and you can always find a strong core build to play if you wanted to play for free. So that is my other reason why Guild Wars 2 PvP is so awesome. All right, guys, so the last reason why I think Guild Wars 2 is such a good MMO for PvP is because even though it has a pretty steep learning curve at first, the skill potential in this game is almost unlimited. There are so many different ways to play a single class, and so many different matchups that you will find yourself in. It's really fun to me learning all those different matchups, and as PvPers, isn't that what we like to do? We like to learn all the other different classes and what they can do, learn all the ins and outs of your character, and find out the limitations of each one, and try to bring yourself to another level of gameplay. The other thing here in Guild Wars 2 is, even though when you first start off, you are going to feel a little, it is a little bit intimidating because there's so much to learn in this game. But once you pick a class that you like and find a weapon set that you really like to play, it really doesn't take all that long to figure out at least your own, play style and how to play your character. The harder part here is learning how to use that character against a multitude of different setups that you will come across as you are PvPing. But, as PvPers, that is the fun part, is learning how to do all those different matchups. And it is very rewarding in this game. When you first start playing, it is a little difficult, but you can feel and you can see your own progression in PvP. Like, as you get better, your combos get cleaner, your map awareness is better, and your win rates will start improving because of it. But it is very rewarding to improve in this game. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you did. If you already played this game and you think I missed something, or there's other reasons why you like to PvP in this game, please leave it in the comments down below. If you don't play this game, let me know in the comments also if this video, steered you in the direction of maybe wanting to check it out. Okay, I would really love to hear about your thoughts. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys on another one. Peace.